Hello, good morning. I'm Matthias, and today I'm gonna show you how to make a scan with the Danish scanner Scanmate F14 from the company Purup Escofort. I just got a training from Mike, so you can participate from the knowledge that I got during the past days. This is a simple color drawing. It's a nice original showing someone giving reanimation to a rabbit with a pulmotor. So this here is the Scanmate. Put this original here. Oh, by the way, forgot something. Need to place a book on it, and we close the lid, and we can go to our computer. I start actually from the very beginning, so you can see the steps which are needed to get the system into operation. We have here a program which we need. It's CQ Scan. We need to open this to run the Colorquartet program. This is the actual program here. Colorquartet, just a click, and it will start. This is the actually scan program connected to the Scanmate F14. We go here to connect to the scanner. Click. Oh, no, I forgot something. Sorry. We need to start the screen viewer. Oh, it's now on. So we start CQ Scan. We start the Colorquartet program, and we connect to the scanner. If the scanner is for any reason not operating, you would get an error message here. So now the system is up, connected. You can see here this preview item is available. We open the preview setup window. Here we have our field. We can limit the preview to a certain area, but for now we will take the whole area. We select selection. Here we also had transmission for transparent originals. Here is color and grayscale, so we want a color preview. Here is the size, the actual size. We put this to 20 megabyte, and we say go, take the preview. The scanner is actually warmed up. Otherwise, in the first preview, you need to wait for about 4 minutes because the scanner would need to warm up. Now you hear him operating. It's scanning now almost all the display in size A3, DIN A3, to give you a preview for the actual later scanning process. We here get a window which gives us feedback about the progress. We're now at 1 minute and 50 seconds and it's 71% scanned from the preview. It's scanning a TIFF preview. If you have, no, here we are. This is the preview. I press Control minus to make it smaller. Again, once more, Control minus, so I can better select the feedback window. So I now would like to have the complete original. I go here and make a selection of the area which I would like to be scanned, which is a whole entire document. I make double click with the left mouse key and we get the feedback window somewhere. Oh, where it is, I need to go here. Here is the feedback window. Once more I make Control minus to get it smaller. I make a clockwise turn by 90 degrees. I make it maybe bigger. Again, Control minus and Control plus. So here we actually have the feedback window, how the scanner will see it. The camera has moved, yeah, it's okay, still okay. Now first what we do is we go to this option, it's the highlight and shadow. This is the most important, and we go through this option from left to right. If I press here highlight and shadow, I get this diagram about the tones which we have in this scan. Here we have the dark darker, the darker part, and here we have the lighter part. We now go here, hold the mouse, and try to put this graph in the window. So you can see here we get a slight change in the image. I repeat this, put this back. You see it's getting more light, a little bit grayish. We don't want this. We want it to look crispy like the original. So we're gonna here, and here we put this lighter part to the right corner, and if we give loose to the mouse, you will see the image becomes more clear. You maybe put it a little bit farther down this road. That's enough. That's okay. This point should actually be in the center if possible. Up here it gives you a more yellow impression. Just to see what happens, I draw this into the center. Yeah, it gets more white, more bluish. No, I better put it back here. I like this more yellow impression. This actually should also be in the center. And this radar rings and these radar rings should always be moved in the same way. If you move up this, you also should move up this. Yeah. But for now, I just look at the dark side. That's okay. If we wanted to save what we have done here to this image, we can save it here. I will do that. I save it in my settings and give it a name. Let's say Pulmotor. Pulmotor and rabbit, and save. It's now showing up here in the highlight and shadow settings, and if I want to have the next image, I can just click here and it will gonna take it. I can close it now and see if it's working. I close it. I close the feedback window. Take another feedback. Control minus. Highlight and shadow. And here take Pulmotor rabbit. Oh, actually I'm now applying this twice. Control. Yeah, if I press now Control H on the keyboard, Control H, I'm gonna see I have two correction histories. So this scan is double corrected, and you see in this feedback window that it's getting much lighter than the original. So I'm gonna need somehow cancel this. Oh, how to cancel this up? I could cancel it here. Then no, I don't want to save the changes. So I now have here the first highlight and shadow, which we did before. Yeah. So now we come to the next option. We go to gradation. Here we have, same as in Photoshop, we have possibility to make some manipulation to the scan. I switch here to reset, which makes this one dot move here to 50%. Oh no, I gonna need this manually. And here you can see, if you put a point here in the lighter part, you can manipulate the image, the lighter tones, and you can put it here. You see many ways to manipulate the scan in its tones. Here we have the darker tones. I'll just show you what happens. Yeah, if we take out the darker tones, it's getting a little bit grayish, and if we put in more dark tones, it gets much more contrast. For now, I don't want to make this manually. I press reset to put it back to the original impression, and I now go to this guide, which is some suggestion which the program makes by itself. Let's see what happens if we choose 60% of the suggestion. Yeah, it's maybe doing a little bit better. What happens if we take the 100% suggestion? Yeah, it's getting better. It's getting more clear. What about if we overdo it? 170%. Yeah, it's maybe a little bit too much. We go back to 120. No, that's okay. We save this, we close this window, and we go to the option saturation. We see here in our correction history, we have here highlight and shadow, gradation. Now we go to saturation. This is just simple, like in Photoshop we can give it a little bit more saturation if we wanted, maybe 70%. Yeah, it gives it a very nice color. Maybe a little bit too much. Let's go to 50%. Yeah, this is okay. Of course, we can do all kinds of manipulation in saturation also later in Photoshop. But this looks fine. I'm going to apply this. Close this window. Oops, I deleted now what we've done. This was not very good. I make a new. I'm sorry, but I pressed the wrong key. This can happen. Control minus, here we are. And let's see about this Yeah, this here we have our original graph again. Sorry to keep you up, but we need to make this again. We have here our pulmotor rabbit saved. Now let's press this. Here you have a wonderful impression now how it takes the data from what we've done this before. We take this, we close. We have saved this, so we don't make any corrections. We say no, we don't want to save this. We take the gradation, we put this to recommendation like 100%. We can close this. We take saturation and we choose some 60%. Here we're gonna close this, and now we can go to the scanning. Here we have the option to which folder we can scan. We have here a folder already. We put it in this folder, okay. We give it a name, say pulmotor. Here we have the file format. We are taking a color scan TIFF RGB. We could also here use grayscale, or we can even choose a PDF line art, which is for text or black and white graphics. And it would look like this. But as we've done before, we would like an RGB color scan. I think here 8-bit color scan will be fine. Enlargement, well, maybe we want to make a poster from this, so I choose enlargement to factor 4. It's here 400%, and then we see we get a resolution, overall resolution of 2400 dpi. Here we get this exclamation mark in yellow. It shows that the scanner will need to manipulate to manipulate some scanning results, because we have a resolution of 2400 only about here in this area, which I show with the mouse. Only in this area we will have 2400 dpi. So in this area here, also in this area and this area, the scanner will need to manipulate the scanning. The full 2400 we will only have here in the center of the image. If I choose here only factor 2, you see it goes to 1200, which is the resolution which will be applied on the whole area, of the image. There's no need to manipulate anything. Size, the output size for this image will be 45 centimeter high by 62 centimeter wide. Oh, that is actually, it's enough for our purposes. So I can press here ready to scan, and I need to make a double click here in the start execution window. Now it's going to scan. The scanning is now going into an Adobe program. It will scan in a folder, which we, for instance, can open with the Adobe Bridge program. And from here we can very easily collect our images and open these images in Photoshop. I will now I will show you this process for later. I'm now leaving the scanner to do the job. There should be a window here showing the progress. I'm not gonna sure where we find all these windows. I somehow can have a window here where it shows the scanning process. It's finished the scanning. We can now go to the bridge. I think we put it in the folder which we called Land in Sonne. Here is this folder, Land in Sonne. It's in an alphabetical order. Page, page, page. And we call this scan pull motor, so it should come here at the end. Ah, here it is. Now we go on this image, press the right button of the mouse and open this with Photoshop. Of course, it's not a small file, it's a bigger file. It takes a little bit time to open in Photoshop. So here we have our scan. It's a full image, and we can now begin with all further steps which needed to be done, as for instance make a crop of the image, so we can further manipulate it here in Photoshop. The image looks okay, otherwise I would have turned it here. No, but I say crop the image. And we have something. We have something we can use for our production now. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the first session, how to make a scan with the Scanmate F14, and I wish you enjoy the scanning, enjoy your work. Have a nice day, bye bye.